Hello guys, how are you today? My name is Abdul Ahwan from Indonesia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And this is the section 3 about how do we create like education app from Adobe XD into Android Studio. And in the previous video, we have finished or we have convert our design from Adobe XD into Android Studio. And in this section, we are going to continue that video. We are going to work with Java. But before we are going to the main topic of this video, I am so grateful if you want to click the subscribe button to make this channel growing up. Okay, thank you so much and let's get started with my video. Alright, and in this section we are going to continue and we are going to work with Java file. So let's open the previous project, and in this series we are going to provide adapter for our RecyclerView. Okay, and the first step is we need to create new Java file, right click and then new Java class, and we name it as course. Alright, and we create variable like the first one is course title, and then course source description, and then course color, and we create another variable course, maybe course image. Alright, so we have create or we have declared our variable that we want to use in this project, and the next step is we need to generate getter and setter. So we right click and then select generate and then press getter and setter, and we choose all and then OK, and as we can see. Alright, and the next step is we need to create adapter. Right click on the package and then we name it as CardView course adapter, and then we press OK. Alright, and we need to extend our class to RecyclerView. And we need to declare context and then array list. Alright, and the next step is we need to create CardView holder. And the next step is we need to create on-bind view holder. And then we need to create get item count. And then we need to create CardView holder class. And then we need to declare image view, text view, and card view. And we need to call each image, text view, and card view. I think we haven't yet declared text view title. So we give it here. And here, and we call here. Alright, and we back here. Alright, and we have declared. So for the card view background, we set card background color and then color dot parse we need to pass the color from the course that get course color. I don't know why in this error. Alright, we don't have any error. So if you have error, you can try to invalidate cache and restart. So it will be indexing again. But we see error here. So we need to add new here. Alright, and the next step is we go to MainActivity. And in this MainActivity, we need to declare array list and then RecyclerView. Alright, we have declared array list and then RecyclerView. And the next step is we need to call our RecyclerView here. And then we need to create new method called showRecyclerView. And we call our RecyclerView here. And then we set layout manager. And then we need to call, or we need to instantiate our adapter. And then we need to set list course. And the last is we need to set adapter, and we give parameter CardView course adapter. Alright, and we need to call here. So we call show recycler CardView, and we need to create another method. So we name it as course data, and this method is a method that we use for provide our data for our list course. So we need to call course. Alright, and in this course data, we need to create like array list, and then we need to input our data, which is we use method called add. So inside this method, we need to create new course, and we can give title Android basic, and then comma, and we give description, blah blah blah. And then we call our drawable for the icon. And the last, we need to provide string of our color, blah blah blah. And alright, look like this. And after you have provided the data, so we need to call here. So we need to call course data before show RecyclerView. Alright, we have provided our data. So this just kind of like a dummy data. So we have Android basic, UI UX fundamental, and then full stack web developer, and Android intermediate, and more. So we can try to run our app. But I think we have an error. Okay, I think we miss this kind of ID. Alright, run again. Alright, look like this. We have 8 data. So we need to remove this action bar. So we go to values, style, and then this, no action bar. And then maybe we need to look like this. And as we can see, we have successfully provided a data for our course, but this is a kind of default animation, and we need to remove this over scroll. So we go to RecyclerView, and then here we need to go to our RecyclerView, and here we call scroll over scroll mode, set to never, and then we need to duplicate our data maybe 2 times or 3 times to make it like many course. So we need to duplicate maybe 3 times. Alright, and then we want to give animation, so we create Android resource directory, and then resource type anim, and OK, and right click on the anim, and then new animation resource file, and for the name set it to fade scale animation, and then we from alpha 0 to 0, 0.0 to alpha 1.0, and then duration set to 500, and then scale from X scale, and then to X scale 1.0 to Y scale 1.0, and then duration 502, and fill before set to false, look like this, and we back to adapter, and we call here, so we can see on the layout, and then item CardView course, and then we need to give ID here, and then we name it as container, and we back to our adapter, and we call here CardView container, and we call here I am sorry, and then go here and we set animation, and then we provide animation util, and then load animation, and we call our animation r.anim, and then we call fade scale animation, and we give context here, and try to run our app again. Alright, and now we don't see like over scroll animation or over scroll effect, and we can see, whoa, it's kind of like awesome animation. So you can try to run this application on your physical device, and I think it's more beautiful because I record this tutorial on 30 FPS, so I think we need to use physical device. Alright, awesome. So we have successfully provide the data and then give animation, and we have successfully convert our design from Adobe XD into Android Studio. Maybe in the next section or in the next video, I will create like how do we give another screen like course and then account and more. But in this video, I think enough. If you have any questions or comment, write it down on the comment field. And if you want to download like Adobe XD file, Android Studio file, assets file, link in the description below. Thank you so much and see you again on the next video.